Very good morning, students. In last video, we discussed regarding the concept of electric current. In this video, the continuity concept of electricity, that is sources of electricity. That means from which objects we can obtain electricity, now we will discuss. So the first simplest source of electricity is electric cell. This is also called it as cell. Simply it is also called it as cell. So in this cell, the chemical energy converted into electrical energy. Right? So inside the cell, number of chemicals will be stored. Which type of chemicals? Generally ammonium chloride along with plaster of Paris with manganese dioxide. These type of chemicals were stored. So all these chemicals are converted into electrical energy. So these cells we are used in torch lights, including clocks, including TV remotes, watches, some type of toys also. We used all these cells. Here cells are mainly classified into two types. Nowadays two types of cells are available for us. What are they? The first one is primary cell. Primary cell. And the second one is secondary cells. So which type of cells are under primary cells? The cells which can't be rechargeable. Cannot rechargeable. That means once chemicals are completed in that cell, that means the cell become dead. It is unable to use once again. Those cells are called it as primary cells. Example, the cells used in wall clocks, TV remotes, some type of toys, including the wristwatches. So these all are under primary cells. So which type of cells are called it as secondary cells? The cells that can be recharged. That can be recharged are called it as secondary cells. Right. So these secondary cells are also called it as storage cells. Storage cells. One more name of the secondary cell is accumulator. One more name is accumulator. Right. So these secondary cells are mainly used in cell phones. Manam cell phones lo use chesevi secondary cells amma. So once the chemicals are completed in that, with the help of electricity we can recharge now. So that's why they are called it as the secondary cells. Including the best example is inverter batteries. Inverters. So inverters also, once chemicals are completed, we can recharge once again. So such a type of cells are under secondary cells. Right. So we have different primary cells are available. Different primary cells we have. Examples of primary cells are voltaic cell. Voltaic cell is the first example of primary cell. And the next one is Leclanché cell. Leclanché cell. Bichromate cell. Bichromate cell. Along with dry cell. Along with dry cell. So these all are under examples of primary cells. That means in these cells, once chemicals are completed, they can't recharge once again, Amma. Right, Amma? So here voltaic cell and Leclanché cell and bichromate cell, we have some disadvantages. What are the disadvantages? In these cells, all the chemicals are in the form of liquid. They are in the form of liquid like hydrogen, HCl, H2SO4. So like this, chemicals are arranged in that cell. So because of leakage problems, after a few years, dry cell is invented. Right, Amma? So nowadays we use these dry cells only in different electronic gadgets. Even in TV remotes or wall clocks, these type of dry cells only used. Right. Now we will discuss about what is the construction of dry cell and how it works. Right. So in dry cell we have a zinc container. We have a zinc container in this dry cell. This is called it as zinc container. Here zinc container is act as a negative terminal. You know very well, cell has two terminals. What are they? Positive and negative terminal. This is the component of cell. Right. For diagrammatic purpose, we use some symbol for different components like bulb, This is the symbol of bulb, right now. This is the symbol of bulb. This is the symbol of cell, like that. Okay, this is positive and this is negative terminal. So actual construction of the dry cell, what is negative terminal, amma? Zinc container is the negative terminal. So at the center of the zinc container, exactly at the center, we have a carbon rod. Carbon rod. Here carbon rod is act as a positive terminal. Carbon rod along with brass cap. Here it is a brass cap. So this brass cap is act as a positive terminal. So now two terminals are ready, positive and negative terminals. But without using any chemical, this cell unable to use. That's why around the carbon rod, we use some chemicals inside it. That chemical is called it as here MnO2, manganese oxide. Manganese oxide is one of the chemical inside the zinc container around the carbon rod only. So along with MnO2, we use one more chemical inside the dry container only, zinc container only. That is called as NH4Cl, ammonium chloride. It is in the form of paste. Not like a liquid form like these cells. It is in the form of a paste. Here, ammonium chloride is act as a electrolyte in this cell. So, what is meant by electrolyte in the sense? It is in the form of very less content of liquid form in it. So, that is called it as electrolyte. It is in the form of paste, I told now. It is act as an electrolyte. Right. So, in between the manganese oxide and ammonium chloride, we have to use one type of a special bag. That one type of a special bag we have to use. So, the bag is called as here muslin bag or simply translucent bag. Translucent bag or simply muslin bag. So, what is the use of this bag, amma? To oppose the reaction in between ammonium chloride and manganese oxide. So before using the cell, thus the chemicals won't be destroyed or wasted. Mana cell use cheyaka mundu chemicals waste avvakudu. So for that purpose, we use one translucent bag, that is called as a muslin bag inside the zinc container. Right? Now all chemicals are ready in a dry cell. If with the help of any copper wire or any good conductor of electricity, we have to connect positive terminal along with the negative terminal with bulb. With bulb, automatically bulb will glow. So this is the construction and working of dry cell. Okay, so here with dry cell we have some different advantages. What I told, still nowadays also we use these dry cells only in different electronic gadgets. Right, amma? Because of some advantages only we use this cell. So the first advantage is the chemicals are in the form of paste. That's why no leakage problem. At the same time, these dry cells are available. These dry cells are available in different shapes and sizes also. One more, the best use is easy to transport from one place to another place. So these are some advantages of dry cell. Right? So this is about the first source of electricity, cell, and the types of cells, primary and secondary. And the next one is the next source, from which source we can obtain electricity after cell. After electric cell, we obtain electric current also from electric generator. It's a very famous word in our day-to-day life, generator. Continuously use chestune untam, generator ane word. So, in generator generally, we have two parts, amma. What are they? The first part is called as dynamo and the next part is called as turbine. Dynamo and turbine are two parts in the generator. So what happens in this situation? If the water, flowing water falling on the turbine, means on the propeller. In this turbine, we have a propeller anamata. So propeller is rotating. Propeller has wings. So the wings are rotating. So because of that rotation, it produces kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. Right. So here what happened? Because of the rotation of the wings, the kinetic energy converted into electrical energy in the generator. At the same time, here entire generator is act as a machine. So that's why actual final conversion of energy in the generator is mechanical converted into electrical. Right. So here in generator along with the dynamo and turbine we have different parts including magnet ni kuda use chestam manam. That's why here entire generator is working on the principle of electromagnetic induction. Electromagnetic induction is the principle of electric generator. Right. With the help of generator directly we can obtain electricity. At the same time, the same generator is used in the next source of electricity, that is solar cells. So solar cells is nothing but the combination of solar cells. Different solar cells we can combine, we form a solar panel. So from the solar panel, with the help of solar energy is nothing but a heat and light. Which energies we can obtain from sun? We can obtain heat and light energies only, no? So from solar energy we can obtain electrical energy with the help of solar panel. Directly only single solar panel unable to obtain electricity anamata. So here solar panel, from the solar cells we can obtain electrical energy directly from the generator, and from generator to transformers, and then from transformers to household connections. So this is the electricity produced from solar cells by solar panels also. So okay. Next. Right. So coming to the next source of electricity from wind. With the help of windmills, we can obtain electrical energy by renewable source wind. So for example, if the wind is coming from different directions, is falling on the blades of the windmill. These are blades of the windmill. Okay, automatically blades will rotate in a particular direction. So with the help of that wind energy will be produced. Simply kinetic energy will be produced. So that kinetic energy is converted into electrical energy, but not directly. That wind energy or kinetic energy first of all helps to rotate the generator. That means at one of the part in the windmill is generator. So in generator, just previous source we discussed in generator one propeller will be arranged. So that propeller will rotate. So with the help of that propeller we can obtain electrical energy here. Right? So that means from the generator, same electrical energy transfer to transformers, and then from transformers to household appliances. But here some small disadvantages will be with the help of a windmill. What are the disadvantages? First of all, it is mainly depending upon the direction of the wind, at the same time the speed of the wind also. That means if more speed will be, blades will rotate with much faster, then bulk amount of electricity will be produced. If wind will less, we can obtain less amount of electrical energy only. Right? So this is the main disadvantage from the windmill. But it is very cheap and renewable source of electrical energy. Right? So one more, the best, main source of electrical energy. Nowadays we obtain bulk amount of electrical energy from electric power plants. electric power plants. So we have three different types of electric power plants. First one is Hydel power plant. Hydel power plant. So Hydel power plant in the sense with the help of water, flowing water, we can obtain electrical energy. Here also we use one generator. Power plant occupies much space actually. So in each and every power plant different parts will be. So one of the part in the Hydel power plant is generator. But main role plays water. With the help of directly water renewable source only, we can obtain electrical energy here. That is Hydel power plant. So one more type is thermal power plants. Thermal power plants. So in thermal power plants, we use generally fuels. Fuels in the sense diesel, petrol, natural gas. So generally these fossil fuels we use to produce electrical energy. But mainly we use the fossil fuel as coal. Powder of coal only we use in this thermal power plant anamata. Here also one generator will be. So powder of charcoal or powder of coal, some type of particular coal produce bulk amount of electrical energy from the thermal power plants. Right. So one more power plant is nuclear power plant. Nuclear power plant. So in first power plant and second power plant, you know which type of substances we use, water and coal. But in third type of power plant is very expensive power plant, nuclear. So which type of fuel we use in this nuclear in the sense uranium. Uranium we use as a fuel in this nuclear power plant. Here with the help of one of the chemical process, that is nuclear fission. Nuclear fission in the sense one atom, a big atom is splitting into the two small atoms. Two small atoms in the split avutundi. Right. In that splitting process, what happened? Bulk amount of heat will be produced. So here this heat energy is finally converted into electrical energy. One atom is splitting into the two small atoms. Right? So that in that splitting process, bulk amount of heat will be produced. That heat energy converted into. Again here also one generator we use in the nuclear power plant also. That electrical energy. So these are the main and important sources of electrical energy. Right. Coming to the next concept is resistance. Simply it is called as electric resistance. Once observe the word carefully, resist. Resist in the sense to oppose. For example, in kinematics concept, you discussed regarding friction. Friction in the sense to oppose the relative motion of the body. Slowly, relative motion will decreases with the help of friction. So, like that here what happened? Resist in the sense to oppose. To oppose what? To oppose the flow of electrons is called as resistance. See the definition once. The obstruction offered by obstruction offered to the flow of current by a wire. That means what happened here? Flow of current will be obstructed. Current flow అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. ఆ flow ని stop చేస్తుంది with a wire. So that is called as, that process is called as resistance. అలా stop చేయడాన్నే మనం resistance అని చెప్తాం. Right, best example I gave now. You know about bulb very well na? Bulb, incandescent bulbs we used in our homes, right? So in that bulb we use one filament, right? So this is a filament. So this filament is made up of which material amma? It is made up of tungsten. Right? Here the tungsten is the best example of resistor. Right? At the same time we use different resistors in different electronic gadgets. For example, in geysers, water geysers we have, electric iron box we have. In these heavy appliances we use nichrome. Nichrome is also a alloy. It is the combination of nickel and chromium anamata. So it is also one of the resistor. That means like this tungsten and nichrome we use as the resistors in the electronic gadgets. So what happened with the help of tungsten and nichrome in gadgets? Slowly flow of electrons will reduces. Speed will reduces anamata. Okay, so with the help of this resistance, substances were classified into two types. Two types కింద మనకి substances ని classify చేశారు. What are they? First one is conductors and the next one is insulators. So in previous class what you learned? Conductors in the sense which substances allows electric current freely. Freeగా current ని allow చేస్తుంది. That means there is no obstruction there. సో ఏం చెప్పొచ్చు ఇక్కడ మనం ఇన్ కండక్టర్స్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఎలా ఉంటుందమ్మా రెసిస్టెన్స్ వాస్ లెస్ తక్కువగా ఉంటుంది డౌన్ ఆరో ఇండికేట్స్ లెస్ అన్నమాట సో లెస్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఇన్ కండక్టర్స్ అక్కడ ఎవరు అపోజ్ చేయరు ఫ్రీగా ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ఫ్లో అవుతూ ఉంటాయి దట్ మీన్స్ ఇట్ అలౌస్ మోర్ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రిక్ కరెంట్ ఎవరు కండక్టర్స్ రైట్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వాట్ ఐ గివ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ డిఫరెంట్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ఆర్ దేర్ నో all metals are good conductors of electricity all metals including graphite of course graphite is a non metal amma even though it allows electric current very well including human body including impure water chemicals ఉన్న వాటర్ అన్నమాట impure water ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఫ్రీగా ఎలక్ట్రిక్ కరెంట్ ని ఫ్లో చేస్తాయి దట్ మీన్స్ అక్కడ అబ్స్ట్రక్షన్ అనేది తక్కువగా ఉంటుంది ఇన్ కండక్టర్స్ లెస్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఓన్లీ ఆఫర్స్ బట్ దిస్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ flow of electric current unable to identify in insulators. Insulators means what amma? Insulators means does not allow electric current ని allow చేయవు ఎందుకు allow చేయలేకపోతున్నాయి బికాజ్ ఆఫ్ మోర్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ అక్కడ ఫ్లో ఆఫ్ కరెంట్ ని అపోజ్ చేసేస్తున్నాయి సో దట్ మీన్స్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఇస్ మోర్ అప్ arrow indicates more resistance insulators offers more resistance అక్కడ కరెంట్ ఫ్లో అవ్వకుండా అపోజ్ చేస్తున్నాయి అన్నమాట ఓకేనా సో బికాజ్ ఆఫ్ దట్ మోర్ అబ్స్ట్రక్షన్ మోర్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ current unable to travel in insulators of wood plastic glass including pure water right so including cork these all are examples of insulators so conductors offers less resistance rate of flow of charge is more and in conductors more resistance rate of flow of charge is very less so why what happened in the concept of resistance అసలు అక్కడ ఫ్లో ఫ్లో ని అపోజ్ చేయడానికి రీజన్ ఏంటి ఎందుకు అక్కడ మోర్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ వస్తుంది ఇక్కడ ఎందుకు లెస్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ వస్తుంది సింపుల్ రీజన్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇన్ ఏ కండక్టర్స్ let us consider a copper wire amma let us consider a copper wire is the best example of electricity after silver na okay so in this copper wire electrons were traveled like this electrons ila travel avutu untayi so in the time of traveling what happened anna one electron collide with another electron collision jarugutundi at the same time second electron also collide with third electron along with electrons also collide the walls of copper wire walls of the copper wire also so in the time of collision em jarugutundamma heat anedi produce avutundi in the time of collision what happened heat will be produced because of friction so what happened in conductors మనం ఎలా చెప్పగలుగుతున్నాం వాటికి less resistance ఉంటుందని here in the time of collision electrons will collide surely but less amount of heat only produced అంటే చాలా తక్కువ friction ఉంటుంది less amount of heat so that's why there is no change in the flow of electrons in conductors right but in insulators for example wooden piece walls also, in this situation bulk amount of heat will be produced because of friction. ఎక్కువ heat produce అవుతుంది. That means more obstruction will happens. అపోజ్ చేసేస్తాయి, కరెంట్ ఫ్రీగా వెళ్ళకుండా అపోజ్ చేసేస్తాయి ఆల్ ఇన్సులేటర్స్. కాబట్టి మోర్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ అని నేర్చుకున్నాం. రైట్ మా? రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఇన్ ద సెన్స్ అబ్స్ట్రక్షన్ ఆఫర్డ్ ఇన్ ఎలక్ట్రిక్ కరెంట్ or in a electric current by a single wire. Right ma? So this is about the concept of resistance, and based on the concept of resistance, classification of the substances as conductors and insulators. Thank you.